Hey there, folks. I am Josh Heath. I am one of the producers within High Level Games who's producing the game Army Men. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen Army Men because I'm going to be dropping this link to this video on the Kickstarter, but also some other places for you to check out, right? I want to talk about the setting of Army Men, right? This is the biggest question we've gotten about the game so far is, are we playing kids playing plastic men, or are we actually playing plastic army men? The answer to the question is plastic army men, right? You are people that live in a society called the Plastos Federation. The Plastos Federation is a group of allied nations who are fighting against the Vespoids. Vespoids being these plastic bug creatures that are attacking all of the various plastic nations for whatever reason. We don't know, actually. The people within Army Men do not know why the Vespoids are attacking, right? So you take on the role of a soldier within one of these various countries. These countries are varied culturally. There's at least one of them that is a coastal nation where lots of the citizenry are Marines and sailors and things like that, actively going into the water. So while we say soldier and we use the term army men, we're doing that specifically to refer to the classic figures. But these societies are very deep and varied. There are religions within the Plastos Federation, right, that you can be a member of. Your resin, or the color of your self, doesn't actually determine anything about where you are from within the various nations, the Acetyl Alliance or United Polymeria. That's not a thing, right? These nations are disconnected from that sort of separation. But there is this further separation between resin and culture and all of these things. And honestly, we've done that to kind of intentionally create points for dialogue and conversation about what do these things mean, right? There's also a sense within the world of not really knowing where you came from, right? There's no specific answer to why are we these plastic people, these plastic beings in this world where everything living, except for plants, is plastic. And this is designed to be a meta question for you to think about, right? There are some religious elements within the Plastos Federation that have thoughts, but not necessarily what one would call answers, right? And so you're a soldier in one of the armies of these nations who has been loaned to the Plastos Federation to fight against this threat. But these various nations did not and have not always gotten along with each other. Several of them have been at war fairly recently. The Vespoids attacked about 50 years ago in game, so there has been peace between the various nations within the Plastos Federation in that time. But, you know, the thing is, culture is an interesting thing in these places, right? Like, there are civilians in the various nations you can come from. You have different backgrounds that indicate different, elements, subcultures within your national culture that you are a part of, that you could come from. And this allows you a lot of nuance, both in your storytelling and your character creation process. So you are a plastic person who has become a soldier, and you are going out and you are fighting this threat, but you don't know why this threat is there. You don't really know where you as a people have come from. You, again, are making guesses on those things, but you know that you and your plastic brethren and you've been at war off and on for centuries. And now you've got this existential external threat that is uniting you, but does it truly unite you as a people? So that is just a brief description of a fairly in-depth setting that acts as the background for the Army Men world. If you have any further questions, please drop them in the comments for this video. I'm going to drop it on YouTube. Drop them there. Drop them on the Kickstarter. Kickstarter link is going to be there in case you're looking at this on the YouTube, whatever, or the Facebooks, or wherever else I'm posting this. But hopefully that sounds interesting to you, and hopefully that drives some questions. And actually, I'm going to be dropping some setting material on Wednesday for our preview. We are doing a weekly preview of the book. That preview is going to drop on Wednesday. I think you'll be excited about it. So, any other questions, drop in the comments. Look forward to hearing what folks have to say.